Hey guys, welcome back to the Studley Vlog. Today we are going to be shooting with the Konica 3M. So I picked this camera up for 30 bucks and it's actually pretty sweet. This was made by Konica and it is the 3M, or the iiiM. Came with this handy little case right here. Nice leather. It is missing the front of it, but it's in pretty good condition. So this camera does have a built-in meter where it pops up right here and you can read on the bottom, but it's an old meter so it actually doesn't work anymore. So I'm going to be using my handy dandy light meter. I loaded in some HP5 metered at 800. So the cool thing is that you don't wind up here on the camera. There's no winder, it's down here. So you go do 2 winds, no more, no less. At 1/25th. Yeah, it's pretty simple. So I shot a couple lens tests. This one was at f1.9 and then stopped down to 2.8 to show the difference in the depth of field. I also shot this to see if the image warped a little bit, and it does have a slight curve, but it's not that bad, so it shouldn't be an issue. While I was making this video, there was a helicopter rescue of a stranded hiker, so of course I took this camera along. So the last few shots were taken on the Konica, but I ended up switching over to my Leica M6 because it was a little bit more trustworthy for a situation like this. Over the radio, we had heard that there was an injured hiker who was not feeling too well, so they decided to airlift him down and they dropped him off at the soccer field at the bottom of the hill. If you're ever near a helicopter, don't get this close because you get whipped with rocks and leaves and grass and random stuff, and it's pretty dangerous, honestly. Luckily, we had goggles on, so we were able to see. Okay, back to this camera. Now this camera is insanely sharp, and I was honestly surprised with how sharp it was. Now Konica made some good cameras, and this is one of them. They made this one, it was the original 3, and then they came out with the Konica 3M, which had a built-in meter. And this camera was only 130 bucks, which I don't know how much that was back then, but it doesn't seem like it was too expensive. So you change all of your settings on the front of the lens, and here's the tab for focusing. It is really nice, honestly. There's also a built-in meter, which I ended up taking off you can pull the little pin out and it slides off. But if you're using it, it connects with this little tab right here to connect the meter. I ended up taking mine off because my meter wasn't working. You can also put a shutter button on here. The lens on this camera is insanely sharp, and it's a Hexon, which is the same lens that they actually have on the Konica Hexar, which is the later rangefinder version. This camera also has a PC sync cord because there is no hot shoe flash on it. So you just plug it in and boom, you can have flash. Also, I have no idea why they put these little circles on the back of the camera. It makes no sense and they serve no actual purpose. Overall, this is a really well-built camera. Just the build of the camera itself was super nice. The one thing that took me a bit of time to figure out was how to open the back of the camera. So you spin the little tab and then you push it down and it'll pop it open. And you load in your roll of film just like normal. Pull the pin out, drop your roll in, stick the pin back, and then you're gonna drop the film into the slot on the reel. And once it's in, it catches and it winds really easily. And when you're done, make sure you spin the little tab back and stick it in, and you're good to go. So yeah, I really enjoyed this camera. I got it for 30 bucks, so it was honestly a banger of a camera. It was totally worth it. And go pick one up and let me know what you think of it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.